It's time for Am I the A-hole? We've searched the internet and found some of the wildest, funniest, and most controversial stories from Reddit. People are asking one simple question: Am I the a-hole? This week, we'll read a story from Reddit and we'll break it down and give our unfiltered opinions. So get ready to judge with us because somebody's going to get called out. Am I the a-hole for telling my wife, 39, she can't retire at 40? To be clear, I don't think I'm the asshole, but I like some outside perspective. Very condensed version. I, 44 male, have been married to my wife for 20 years. We married young and had kids, 19 female, 15 male, and 15 male. Twins. My wife and I have built a beautiful life together and both have very well-paying jobs. At this point, I'm as high in my company as I will ever get, and my wife has worked a high management position in a known multinational. I earn more than her, but by very little. We live the typical suburban cookie cutter family life. We are paying for our children's private education, our cars, our big home, and additional vacation home. Yesterday, we were having dinner and joking about vacation spots when she said she'll get enough of that next year when she retires. At first, I thought she was joking, and she said, "Oh, sure, then I'll retire as well, and we'll live." Oh, then I said, "Oh, sure, then I'll retire as well, and we'll live on a houseboat like I've always wanted." She got annoyed and said, "Well, one of us will have to keep working." Clearly, she was serious. She told me that she felt she contributed enough and that she needed time off. I said if she was burned out, I would do anything to help and that she could take a sabbatical or reduce her hours. At first, she seemed okay with that idea, and I was sort of relieved that we had come to a compromise. Then she suddenly said that really the decision wasn't up to me.
Wow.
I told her that as her husband, and given that we have a shared life, it is up to me as well as her since it impacts me directly. I asked her how she expected us to pay the mortgage with just my salary. She got angry when I did some math in my head just to show her the overall absurdity. Then she accused me of not supporting her. I just asked her to explain where she was coming from since she's always wanted to work. She said she just wanted to experience life more, that she felt trapped at her job and that there were ways to make it happen, like taking out loans for our kids' colleges. I have to admit, I was losing it a little at this point. Me, I don't know where this is coming from, but we can't afford for you not to work. There are no more promotions for me to be had. She answered along the lines, "You can just get a different job." My wife knows how much I love my job. I've worked at this company for 17 years. I love my partners and my coworkers, and I work with my brother-in-law, her brother, who is my best friend. I told her, "So you want me to be miserable at a new job for the rest of my life so that you don't have to lift a finger anymore?" She just answered, "I'm going to resent you if you make me work after a time where I want to retire."
Wow.
I mean, cool. So she thinks I'm not going to resent her? I was exasperated and suggested we just sell everything then. If retiring is something she really wants, she just went to bed. She just went to bed and we really haven't really talked since. I feel like I'm missing something here. Am I the a-hole?
No, I don't think he is the asshole at all. I think that there's something going on with her. I mean, she even said that she's burnt out. I get that. But there has to be something else going on where you're just across the board, like, I'm done when I'm done. I think the issue that they're that they're having is that they're not communicating about this. Like, she's not willing to tell him like what's going on. And telling him that it's not up to him, but that is a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's where she got me. That she lost me there. I was like, girl, I was with you until, but you know, yeah, there's something deeper going on with her.
And all the suggestions for him, but no suggestions for herself on what to do. You could do this. You could do that. You could do this. It's very one-sided. It's very selfish. You burn out. She's burnt out. She's doesn't like her job. Something happened. Something happened at work. Something happened within herself to where she's ready to walk away.
Yeah.
But that's a huge decision to make.
To just by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
By yourself. Without
when you not only have a husband at home, but you also have 3 children at home that are still going to private school that has to be paid for. You have a vacation home and your home. So you have 2 mortgages that you have to pay for as well. So something happened to where she doesn't want to go back to work. Either that, or she wants to live the same soft life that her housewife friends are living right now. And she's seeing and she's jealous now that they got to do all of that and stay at home and she had to work. But I bet you they're more financially stable than her friends are, because they have 2 incomes.
Mm-hmm. The other thing too, though, is when he suggested that she take a sabbatical, that right there should have been your answer. You like, okay, I'll take a couple of years off, or maybe I'll go look for something else. You know, maybe I'll get a side hustle or whatever, you know, just to help bring some more income into the house. That to me right there showed that he's not the asshole. He's trying, you know, he's like, you know, what else can I, you know, I'm here to support you. And I don't like her stance on this at all. I don't like it.
So here's a comment.
100%.
Here's a comment. A lot of the comments are saying not the a-hole. And here's one of the comments. Not the a-hole. You have joint financial obligations. Therefore, drastic changes should be discussed and agreed jointly. Her suggestions to how you can afford to maintain your lifestyle after her quitting her job are outrageous. Taking a loan is not a solution to a long-term financial management, because loans require repayment, which you won't be able to do if your salary remains the same.
Whatever.
You've shown willing to compromise to make her situation happier by suggesting she changes careers or reduce her hours.
Yes.
This would result in a reduction of income already, leaving completely would require major change, which would require a major change for the whole family. No more second home, private education, fancy holidays, at least fewer. It is extremely concerning that she has apparently made this decision without even considering the fact of the impact of her family. I echo the other responders' advice and suggest marriage counseling ASAP. So we have an update.
We have an update?
We have an update.
First of all, that was a man who wrote that, by the way, because he just didn't say anything about her mental health or how he was just like, we got to change the way we live in because now you don't want to work anymore. That's why I was like, blah, blah, blah. Anyway.
Well, he was saying, he was agreeing that, you know, her leaving is not going to be like, it has to be a decision for the both of them. And she just can't make the decision on her own. And if she wants to leave her job, I think the best solution would be the reduced hours, because you can't really take out any loans because they got to be repaid back, and you can't really pay them. Well, the woman, the mother, she wanted to take out. She suggested taking out loans. No, she suggested taking out loans.
Taking out loans to pay for their children's college, which means that expense to be paid back will fall on the graduate. That's usually how student loans and college loans, you know, go.
Well, no, this is the private school. This is not even college. This is the private schools. They're still minors at this time. So yes, she wants to take out those loans, but the commenter is actually saying that that's not a good idea because those loans have to be repaid back. And being that we will only be on one income, you would only be on one income. That's going to be hard to do.
Well, I mean, but if you think about it, they could sell the vacation house if they wanted to. That was another part of the comment too. He said sell the vacation home or take fewer vacations.
So, but taking out loans, that's not a good idea.
You can take out a loan. You better put them kids back in public school first.
We have another update. My wife went to visit her mother today, and while she was driving back, my mother-in-law called me to say that there was something my wife needed to talk to me about, and maybe get our children involved. Mother-in-law sounded right on the phone and was crying. So obviously, I got really, really worried. Got my children to come home. We all sat down, and here's basically what is going on. My sister-in-law, my wife's twin sister, another twin, who lived in another country, has breast cancer. She found out last week, only told my wife, swore her to secrecy so sister-in-law could tell their mother in peace, and pretty much left my wife to stew in her misery over it. My wife is heartbroken. Apparently, the diagnosis is not good. She was the only one who knew and didn't want to break her promise, so she didn't tell anyone. We are all very shocked and still processing. Mother-in-law also only found out yesterday, so really nobody is handling the news too well right now. My wife says she realized in the past week that she can't continue her life like this, that she felt so guilty after her sister told her because they never see each other, and she feels like she's done her whole life is all she's done. She feels that all she's done her whole life is to make money and put off her life for later, and that she got so scared about being stuck doing the same thing the next 20 years. She said she didn't want to come off the way it did when she told me, but that she wasn't in her right mind. But she also said that she really can't continue like this. She feels like she's too apart from her family, too stuck in her own little work-related world, and that all she does is contribute money, and it's too detached emotionally. I told her I don't feel like that is true at all, and my children agree. But obviously, if she feels that way, it's a concern. I'm honestly not sure what we're going to do yet, but my wife is just so distraught about the whole thing. She kept crying. Our children being part of the conversation helped her. I think because she saw that we were all here to support and help her. There are still many more conversations to be had, obviously. She's going to need help. That much is clear. And we are planning on driving to sister-in-law as soon as humanly possible.
I think that they should allow her to take a sabbatical from work so that she can have this time to go visit her sister. But when she comes back to work, set up a plan or a timeline that works for the both of them, that they can actively work to, that she can leave her job, because she just can't leave it right now because they have so many obligations. But I think if they set a timeline that's more realistic for the both of them, that will allow her to, retire from corporate America in, 5 years, that seems more realistic than next year, because they have too many, to me, I think they have too many financial obligations to be able to work that out in a year, unless she's also hiding the fact that she won the lottery and don't want to tell him yet. I don't know, but yeah, too many obligations right now.
Yeah, definitely some realigning needs to happen, and some therapy needs to happen. Some individual and some family therapy needs to take place first, so that she can realign and figure out, what the future looks like in terms of spending the time that's needed to be spent. So yeah, and it may also filter in adjusting the lifestyle and the family dynamics. I'm telling you, them kids gonna be back in public school.
That's number one.
She's gonna buy some vouchers or something, because you so that so much is not going out, so that you can keep some in, could cut some things, realign some things, and refocus on spending the time. There's a lot of people that unfortunately it takes something major, to happen to us before we stop and realize that we need to realign our time, which is why, because you get so caught up in the day-to-day and what you do and what your goals are, that you forget that And so when something hits like that, it is a knee-jerk reaction to, oh my God, this gotta go, this gotta go, this gotta go. And then it's the self-guilt of all I've done is poured myself into my work and me and what I'm doing, that I completely forgot that I have a family out here that may be going through stuff. It happens to the best of us.